During my 30 plus years as a professional musician, I heard a version of this many times. Practice makes perfect. I also heard a couple of modifications on this myth that I want to look into. The first one is practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. This idea tries to encourage students to practice well, not just repeat mechanically. Not a bad idea, is it? But there's real danger in this slogan. The danger lies in the idea that a perfect practice exists. It may be interpreted like this. When you start learning a new piece of music, try to make it as perfect as possible from the start. I was an accompanist in my professional years as a musician. This means that, among my other duties, I sat in many classes, accompanying the students at the piano and listening to many different teachers as they were trying to communicate their knowledge and experience to the students. More often than not, it looked like this. The singer or instrumentalist would start performing the piece, the teacher would interrupt and comment, aiming at eliminating errors and imperfections and perfecting the student's performance. On the surface, it looks like we're trying to find the perfect practice. Here is what I saw. Both teacher and student have a destination, pretty clear in their mind's eye, a perfect performance of the piece. The teacher sees a straight line leading to that destination and points the way to the student who doesn't have that clarity. The student tries to follow the straight line in interpreting the teacher's comments as well as they can, aiming at a perfect practice. It's like walking on a tightrope. The destination is right there in front of you, you can see it clearly, and there's a straight line leading to it. You can get better at walking that tightrope, but there's absolutely no playroom. Any tiny deviation left or right, and you'll find yourself on the way to the abyss. That's the danger of this attitude. If you try to practice perfectly, you may follow an imaginary straight line and avoid the immense landscape all around you. The landscape of errors, variations, and imperfection. As a result, you'll end up with one option, one right way to do it, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Any small deviation in your mood, in the environment, in your physical state, and you're lost. Not ideal. The second variation of the perfection tagline goes like this. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. This one hits home for me. To my understanding, this version refers to practice by repetition, which is how most young musicians learn their pieces. They repeat them endlessly until they know them. Do this mindlessly, repeating what you're trying to perfect, and it will become more automatic, more permanent, also less mutable. What it means to a musician is that you make all the small imperfections in your performance more permanent. Repeating more times won't improve those imperfections. You must pay attention, notice them, and do something different. This applies to any practice, not just for musicians. If you lift weights regularly, you'll gain muscle mass, but you won't improve your technique by repetition. If there are any small imperfections in the way you do it, and you repeat it day after day, you'll make those imperfections more permanent and more difficult to change. And over time, you may injure yourself. If you jog every day, you'll improve your heart and lung capacity. You'll probably be able to run faster and longer with time. But if you just do that, practice by repetition, again, you may end up injuring yourself if there are some small flaws in your technique that you ignore and you make permanent by repetition. A simple way to see it is this. We build habits by repetition. We automate a behavior and it becomes subconscious. If we don't stop to look at the details of what we're doing, we'll automate the desired behavior with some flaws. Repeat them often enough and they add up over time. They impair your performance and may harm you eventually. So practice doesn't make perfect. What does? Well, perfection can be aspired, and it's possible to come closer to it by exploring the wide range of possibilities around the desired outcome. Not try to walk this tightrope in the straight line leading to it, but mapping the whole terrain. Vary, play, examine, make mistakes on purpose. Explore all the wrong ways to do it. This is how we learned as kids, as babies. This is how our nervous system learns and improves. We don't learn to walk by walking. Doing the same over and over again will make permanent what you practice, but it will not make it perfect. Between repetitions, pause, play, and use your awareness. Take it out of autopilot. Here's a fun fact. Scientists examined in detail the performance of elite shooters. They wanted to establish what it is that makes their shooting so consistently precise. This is what they found out. There's a huge variability in what they do. They don't follow one consistent technique. They have a wide range in which they move freely, and their shooting looks different each time. This is closer to what perfection could mean to us. Have the skill to respond to the present moment in many different ways that work well. Have a lot of playroom, a lot of options. It is a good way to shoot well, it's a good way to play music on stage, and it's a good way to live. What would make you have perfect balance as you age? The exact perfect posture you could take a photo of and try to sustain at all times? Or the ability to vary, respond, and correct in a varying environment and even unexpected circumstances? That's right. So to perfect your balance, you must play, do lots of silly stuff, and more than anything, pay attention. Vary and use your awareness. Let's do it together. Join me for a free masterclass. Perfect balance. Reverse the aging clock. It's going to be fun. Have a lovely day.